Welcome to another In Wheel Time podcast, a 30-minute mini version of the In Wheel Time car show that airs live every Saturday morning, 8 to 11 a.m. Central. Max anywhere. Welcome to the worldwide broadcast of the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Just ahead, Pennzoil's Michael Thomas joins us to talk about lubes, cold weather, and EVs. Plus, we'll have the upcoming events calendar, and Mars reviews the all-new Mazda CX-90.
All right.
Howdy along with Mike out of this world, Mars. King Conrad DeLong. We always need more Jeff Zekin. I'm Don Armstrong. So glad that you could join us today. Thank you very much. And joining us right now, here he is, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Michael Thomas with Pennzoil. Good morning, sir.
Hey, good morning. Can you guys hear me clearly?
We hear you loud and clear, and you're looking good.
Right.
Mighty fine, too. Yeah, exactly.
Hey, thank you. Thank you, fellas. How you guys doing this morning?
Well, we're doing very well. Where are you?
I am on the west side of Houston over in the Richmond area.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Richmond, Texas?
We're waving at you.
Where you guys at? Because I talked to you guys 2 years ago. Are y'all out in the woodland somewhere?
No, we're out in Sugarland.
In Sugarland, you're right around the corner.
That's what he said. We're waving at you.
You should have come over here.
You know what? I was asking, if I could just zoom over where you guys were and sit down and gas.
I'll tell you what.
Come on, we'll wait.
Yeah, we'll wait.
Okay, let me get in the car.
Exactly.
Because we're hopping, skipping, a jump if you're anywhere. I'm serious. Sugarland is just 3 minutes
7 miles away. I work in Rosenberg.
Burritos on your way.
Right. And this communique goes all the way around the world and back so we could get the one-on-one. So, Michael, want to talk to you today about lubrication, obviously Pennzoil, and I want to talk to you about cold weather and also EVs. So where would you like to start?
You know what? First, let's talk about cold weather, because you know our weather right now in this area is downright ridiculous.
Yeah,
cold, man.
Not just here, everywhere from what I was seeing.
Yeah, it is, yes.
Now think about it. We'll jump right into the oil section. Oil is definitely your main lubricant. I tell people it's the blood life of your vehicle, and it needs to be changed. Don't leave it in forever. And thank goodness, I look at it this way. People say, well, no, some of the old guys like myself say, well, you mean thank goodness we all using synthetic? I want to use conventional. Every vehicle on the market now comes with a synthetic blend or full synthetic, right, which is a very good lubricant, good starting in cold climates. Lubricates very well, cling to the metal well, longevity, that's one of the main things. It's an overall better motor oil. And some people I've talked to on my technical hotline, well, I just don't want to go buy. It's a little expensive. I'm going to put conventional in my good old vehicle that says synthetic blend, and that's that. Warranty voided, case closed, and sometimes your engine will let you know that you are doing something foolish.
Bad choices. I know that the Cadillac North Star engine calls for pure synthetic exclusively, and if you don't use a pure synthetic, it'll start turning on check engine lights on for various components.
You just said it, big fella, because it'll be like the 4th of July on the dashboard, because the way these sensors are so sensitive now, it will let you know. So yes, motor oil as a whole, synthetic, of course, every automaker is using it because, again, like I said, it is, and not trying to downplay conventional motor oil. It's great. It was great for years, but synthetic and synthetic blends are far better lubricants, hands down.
Can you really find just pure conventional motor oil anymore? I don't even know that that's available much on the market, is it?
You can. I know a couple of places out there that still have 10W40, 20W50 sitting on the shelf. It's in a small area. It doesn't take up too much shelf space anymore, because think about it. The automakers, American automakers, as well as the Japanese automakers, have stopped using something that thick over 30 years ago.
Right.
So yes, it's out there. You got places that have it on the shelf just for those folks who still want some of that thick stuff for something, 40, 50 years ago.
And you mentioned thick stuff, the 2050, the 1040, and viscosity. People, I don't know if they truly understand what viscosity is. It's just a fluid's resistance to flow.
Bingo.
We simplify it as thick. But now you're looking at, in the industry, a 20 weight oil is somewhat the multivis, but 20 weight oil is somewhat the standard. And even some of them are playing around with a 16 weight oil.
And not to mention the 0W8, as well as 010. All of these are coming in the very near future, but you are so right. I still talk with some people who still think thicker is better, but I have to explain the clearances and the tolerances in these engines now just don't allow that type of thick oil flowing through somewhat the veins. I said the veins of your engine.
Mm-hmm,
You can give that engine a cardiac arrest trying to push through thicker oil throughout the engine to lubricate.
So when you say it's a 5W30, the W is winter. The W stands for winter.
A lot of people thought it meant weight, but you're right.
No, it
meant winter. Because you think about it when we had just single weight oils back in the early 60s and 50s. So that W came about as winter. And I keep it in layman's term. It's the 5 weight is the viscosity of the oil down in the crankcase before you start
when it's cold.
And that's right. And it flows well to the top. And as it gets warmer, that engine gets warmer. I would say, I'm not a chemist, but the molecules which are in that motor oil makes it thicker, which changes it to a 20 weight oil. But I tell you, if you look at now, majority of the vehicles are going to a 0W20.
Right.
That's pretty much the oil. And some fellas have called up and said, that's like water. What are you doing?
Yeah, it's like Crisco or the liquid cooking oil.
All I could think of is Singer sewing machine oil.
Yeah, exactly.
Or that, what is that?
It's like 3 in 1.
I just ran. Yeah,
there
3
you
in
go.
1.
3 in 1 oil. I still have some of that in the cupboard. I've had for at least 40 years.
Yeah, me too. Yep.
But the manufacturers, the OEMs, moved to the lower viscosity oils is all driven by CAFE ratings.
CAFE.
They're of the opinion that the lower the viscosity of the oil, the greater the fuel
economy,
performance of the engine.
Because the oil itself isn't slowing down and making the engine work.
Doesn't create horsepower drain because it's trying to push a heavier oil. But the question about that is protection, because it's, to me, I always tell people oil, and I simplify it. It does 3 things. It cools, cleans, and it protects. That really there's other things it does, but in reality, it cools, cleans, and protects. And when any one of those features stops working, that's when you have problems. That's why you want to change it often enough so all 3 of those features can do their job continuously.
You are correct. And a lot of people get worked up now because the oil change intervals are a little longer with our oil life indicators or changing, stating to change the oil at a certain percentage. It could be 7,000, it could be 10,000. Had a fella call me briefly a couple of years ago. He's had nothing but Buicks all through the years, and he bought his newer Buick, and he was going bananas. He said, "Look, young man, I'm calling your hotline. I just don't know what to do." I said, "What's wrong?" He said, "I got 10% left on my oil to get my oil changed, but I got about 7,000 miles on. I'm not used to keeping my oil in that long."
And then you see manufacturers like Volvo, which is wanting to go 15 and 20,000 miles.
Yes,
and it's not uncommon for Toyota to say and Honda to say 10,000 miles either.
And here's Don Armstrong with a 23-year-old Corvette out there that may change the oil a maximum of 2,000 miles with a brand new Wix filter. That's just who I am. That's what I do. I always change the oil.
Yeah, I bought mine about between 2,500 and 3,000. I'll get it changed.
Yeah.
Wow. And guys, look at me. I have a Mach One with my Wix filter. I love it. But you know what? I may not put 500 miles on that car a year. But you know what I do? I still change that oil once a year just for good.
That's what I do.
Right,
Yeah,
exactly,
every November.
exactly.
Every November is when I
Yes!
change the oil in the Corvette.
Well, and then you go through the hoses and the belts and all the wearable parts, the bushings and things. That's a good opportunity.
And
yeah.
living in Houston, humidity is the humidity is a contaminant to the oil, and over time you want to make sure that if you're not driving the vehicle frequently enough where it raises the temperature up to boil out the water, you need to change the oil more frequently if you're not driving very often, based on time, not miles.
Does Pennzoil have a Mobile One counterpart?
When you say a Mobile One counterpart, you're meaning like a full synthetic motor oil?
Yeah,
Is that what you're saying?
100% synthetic.
That the Corvette demands.
Yeah, so like with that Corvette spec, the 40, well, they had that spec for many years, the 4718 Corvette spec from the mid 90s. But yes, we have our Pennzoil Platinum, full synthetic, made with natural gas. And if you remember, you guys, we were talking about back about 2 years ago, our base oil is not made from crude oil. It's made with natural gas, which has been proven to be a darn good base oil. I like to brag a little bit, guys. That same base oil that we have, it won the Indianapolis 500 as well as NASCAR Cup Championship, the car, and Formula One, and pretty much Formula One, all using our Pennzoil full synthetic made with natural gas. So that's our oil that we know that can compete very well when it comes to mobile. And hey, championships, it's been proven all last year. So that's what we have, and you can pick that up anywhere. Pretty much your Walmarts, AutoZone. They have that full synthetic.
And there are oil change places that have nothing but Pennzoil.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Firestone, Jiffy Lube, of course, which is affiliated with us.
It's just the smart ones, though, right?
That's why. Yes.
Well, and then again, Pennzoil, you guys have a base of operation with you here in the Houston market as well. So
That's
supporting
right.
Pennzoil is supporting Houston employment.
Oh, that's right. Headquarters is right here in good old Houston. So yes. So that's, getting back, that's our oil, and it's factory fill. I guess you guys know it's factory fill in every Hellcat, Demon, few other manufacturers out there. So it's a darn good oil.
Yeah.
So let's talk about EVs.
Yeah.
Do EVs need oil?
Let me tell you, I would look at it this way, because we got a few lubricants. They need coolant because you got to keep those hot batteries cool.
Yep.
So we have coolant for there. Think about it. We have grease that are used for the motors. There is some oil lubricants for the electric motor, but it's not the same type of oil that we're flowing in our good old ICE engines.
Right.
Definitely. So it is we have a whole nother division that's taking care of the EV line out there. I'm still an internal combustion type of guy, but definitely that's a market that is growing by leaps and bounds. So we as an oil company have our coolant, lubricants, and greases that's specifically designed for electric vehicles.
Because
Interesting.
a lot of people, though, you talk to them, they'll say, it's an electric vehicle. You doesn't need any oil or anything like that. Well, there's bearings and there's coolant.
Yes!
Like you say, there's a lot of things that you got to think about with that electric motor.
And as well as the lubrication can't transfer electricity, so it has to be.
Oh, yeah.
It has to be
Like a dielectric.
yeah, well, it's not necessarily dielectric, but you don't want to have it move the electrons through the lubricant as well. So it's that's why you said it's a very specific lubricant, because it has to protect the movement of electrons within the vehicle, as well as the coolant, because I know the coolant for an EV is very specific as well, so it doesn't transfer the electrons.
That is correct. You just can't go out here and buy your regular ethylene glycol from the parts store and say, hey, maybe I can. No way, Jose. And then you have to, of course, you got to bring it to specific technicians that can that can take care of it.
That understand what they're doing, so they do it correctly.
Yeah, not get electrocuted.
That's right. That's right.
That's one big thing that you got to look at.
Don't stick your finger in this wall socket. That's the way I look at it.
And that's why all those guys have that big old wooden 2x4 so they can pry them off the vehicle if they do get juiced.
Yeah,
Do they get that from the Snap-on truck?
Yes. They get it from the Lowe's distributor.
And guys, think about it. Not going into another area. Think about our fire department. They have to be totally trained now when dealing with EV vehicles in an accident.
Well, any first responder, really, yeah.
Yes. Oh my goodness.
So does Pennzoil have a website that I can go to and plug in my car and it'll tell me what Pennzoil weight I put in the car?
You most and filter as well. Go to pennzoil.com.
That's it.
Pennzoil.com. Well, I mean, I'm sorry. I said I use a Wix filter. I did all my research, and all the Corvette guys use Wix filters, so that's what I went with.
Well, I have been using Wix filter for a long time, and like I said, we have filters, but we have Purelator who takes care of our filter line.
Oh, I did not know Purelator did. Really?
Yeah, because we're not going to reinvent the wheel. We
just take it over.
Yeah, just take it over. Take control of the wheel. That's the way you do it.
So yes, but a bunch of us old gearheads, we kind of love our Wix filters. So.
Yeah, I know. It's just it's the go-to thing, and the funny thing about it is you don't see them advertised anywhere.
No.
It's kind of like a
secret society,
underground secret society. Yeah, exactly.
It is.
Yeah.
So what year's the Mach 1?
You know what? This is one that was personally built for me at we're here in the Houston area, Lone Star Ford. It's a 2019, not 19. I'm sorry, time fly. 2009.
So he's old school like me. Yeah.
It's 2009, but it was put together what they call a dealer Mach 1 that was exclusively done at the dealership. A lot of people said, some of my Mustang buddies said, well, hey, we don't remember one that, because it wasn't factory, but it was designated by a few dealerships in the U.S. that could put that package together. So we're talking shaker hood. We're talking shaker hoods, Shelby suspension.
So kind of wheels, your own Copo Mustang.
Exactly. You go there and tell the boys to do what you want. We're talking Hearst short shift, different transmission, exhaust, Flowmaster. It's something. It really is.
Sounds like a good sunshiny day.
Exactly.
You need to give us a tour.
And because you're in Richmond, you need to come out to Lupe Tortilla.
Like that red one that's in that picture right there.
That's the one.
You need to bring it to Lupe Tortillas.
Tailpipes and tacos.
Tailpipes and tacos.
Yes, man, and that's my old Porsche because a lot of red stuff. I got to tell you guys, I must show you this. 44 years ago in Virginia, that's me rebuilding an engine in my '69 Camaro.
Oh wow!
Time flies when you have fun.
Oh man,
Michael, it is great to talk to you, my friend. Thank you so much for joining us today. We truly appreciate it.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it. And hope to be on again. But you know what? I'm gonna be visiting you guys.
You know where you need to sign up for the Hot Rod Tour of Texas.
Absolutely.
Come with us.
Is it the tour of Texas? Because I've been looking at the Hot Rod one for going around the country.
Yeah, Hot Rod Magazine. But we got one coming up at the end of April. Registration is just right around the corner. And go to hotroddtouroftexas.com.
Starts in Victoria.
It starts in Victoria and goes north. They're going to wind up going to go up to Fredericksburg. It's going to be a 3-day event. And you need to come with us. You'll love it.
You know what? This is on my calendar. I'm glad you guys told me. I'm serious.
All right.
I need to get the car out. It's gonna be nice and warm. Let's do it.
We're waiting on you, brother.
You said Hot Rods of Texas.
Hot Rod Tour of Texas.
And before you come out, change your oil.
I changed the oil right in November. In November, I changed the oil and put it up.
There you go. There you go. But you'll be there with 250, 300. I don't remember what the max is this year.
It's around that number, yeah. Other hot rodders.
So join us, and we look forward to seeing you and hanging out.
You know what? It's a plan.
All right, brother.
Definitely.
Thank you,
Guys,
Michael.
Take care.
Take care of yourself.
Thanks.
Be safe.
Thank you. How fun.
That would
Another
be fun.
good interview.
Yeah, exactly. All right, time now for the events calendar. You got 60 seconds. Are you ready for that? Did I spring it on you too quick?
Right here.
Okay, he's ready.
So this evening at let's see, Saturday at the ranch at the Harley Davidson in College Station.
He's ready.
Is Saturdays at the ranch, and it's an open free cruising. Cars and custard at Ritter's Frozen Custard on Fry Road in Katy. That's a free cruise in that starts at 4 p.m. this evening. The Texas Showdown Freedom Rally starts at.
Glad you.
Starts today, and it's off of FM 908.
Could you not read your writing or what?
Yeah, I can't read my typing here.
No worries.
Coffee and Cars at Century Square in College Station is tomorrow starting at 11 a.m. Also tomorrow at 7 p.m. is the car show at Home Run Dugout off of Grand Boulevard in Katy. It's a Japanese-focused cruise-in. Oh, you wrecked my call.
Yeah. And don't forget Houston Automotive Show, and that is starting on Wednesday, runs through Sunday at NRG Center. Tickets available online, and we are going to be there broadcasting live next
betcha.
Saturday from 10 until 1. Time now for this hour's car review. Mr. Mars has the Mazda CX-90.
Yes, the CX-90 that's new for 2024. It's actually replacing the CX-9. Now, this vehicle, because of the 3 powertrain options, you can work it out to where there's actually 11 different trims for this vehicle. And I'm going to tell you what we had. The trim level we had was the 3.3 Turbo S Premium Plus Package all-wheel drive vehicle.
Wow.
That's the name of it.
That's a mouthful.
I'm excited.
I'm telling you, and it's the top of the line for this midsize SUV. Now, the CX-90 is actually 7.5 inches longer than the one it's replacing, the CX-9. And you can get it in a 6, 7, or 8 passenger configuration.
Wow.
We had the 6, so we had the 2 bucket seats up front, we had the 2 seats in the middle, and the back row, the third row, is actually for 2. It's contoured. Instead of trying to make it wide enough for 3 people, they've got it contoured down to where it's for 2 people. Now, the outside of it, you're going to find a lot of the features.
It is built for 2 people.
Yes,
not
it is.
for 2 people.
For 2 people.
For 2
It's
people.
built to accommodate 2 people.
2 people. Thank you. I just want to clarify that.
So you're going to find a lot of things you would expect in this type of vehicle, LED lighting all the way around. It does have the adaptive headlights that I really like, rain-sensing wipers. Got a power folding side mirrors that are heated, but they also tilt whenever you put it in reverse. So that I like that as a good safety feature that you should get. Power liftgate that's hands-free, got a power moonroof, and we happen to have the 21-inch alloy wheels that are optional on this vehicle. Now, when you get to the inside of it, Napa leather seating across all 6 seatings. The front seats and the second row seats are heated and ventilated. The like I say, the third row is a contoured to accommodate 2 people much better. It has a 12.2-inch center stack in the middle of everything. That's where you're going to find your Mazda nav system, your convenience controls. It also has a 12.2-inch digital LED gauge package for the driver so that he can keep up with everything that's going on. So you've got USB ports in it. You've got wireless charging. You also have a Bose, very nice Bose 12-speaker audio system that really fills this vehicle up. Now, you get up under the hood, one of the 3 power options, the 3.3-liter turbo. One thing they've done, Mazda's done, if you have a turbo package, you have the turbo engine, you are going to get the mild hybrid boost system, a 48-volt system that comes with it. All the all-wheel drives, all the turbo engines have that. So it's 340 horsepower, 369 pound-feet from the naturally aspirated engine with a turbo on it, and you have an 8-speed automatic transmission. Now, this vehicle, because properly equipped and in the right drive mode, you can tow 5,000 pounds with this vehicle. EPA says you should be looking for about 23 miles to the gallon in the city, 28 out on the highway, and combined 25. Now, I drove this vehicle 360.2 miles, and I got 25.2 according to the onboard calculator.
Not bad.
Now, I thought that was pretty good because I really liked the power band of the turbo. There's no turbo lag or anything like that. And the e-hybrid boost system that that's on it, it really helps whenever you're taking off. You don't realize it. You don't really feel it. But it really provides a low-end torque thing that you can use. One thing I will say, this does run on premium fuel. It's required premium fuel, so you got to allow for that. Transmission shifts quick. It shifts smooth. This vehicle, as I said, is a little bit longer than its predecessor. Has 3 drive modes, but it's compliant in the road out on the highway without being rough. You feel very, very firm, very situated, like you're very confident in the way the vehicle feels. Now, the base model price for this is $39,595 to get into a CX-90. However, go up 11 trim levels, and you're looking at a base trim price of $59,950, and then you get to the MSRP as tested as $61,920.
Wow, that was good.
Yeah. Now, if you're looking for something to compare it to, you're looking at the Kia Telluride, starts at $36,190. The VW Atlas, $37,995. The Toyota Highlander, you can start at $39,270, and all of them have different trim levels that you can come up to try and get something in more equal to this and in the same price range. So it's new from Mazda. It's got a lot of features to it, and if you're looking for something in that 3-row and you're only looking for 6 people and you want all 6 of them to be comfortable, this would be something to look at.
Perfect.
And that's my review of the 2024 Mazda CX-90.
Well, thank you, Mr. Mars, for that. We appreciate you. U.S. auto safety regulators are investigating Chrysler parent Stellantis handling of a February 22 recall of about 17,000 Pacifica plug-in hybrid minivans in the U.S. after new reports of battery fires. Agency says it's opened the investigation known as a recall query. Query.
Yeah.
Who the hell says that word?
They
Who
do.
uses that word?
They
I worked
do.
with a guy one time a guy that used words like that. He'd write a script. And I'm going, nobody says that. Nobody says that word. So you did okay in memorizing the dictionary when you were in college. Don't do it here.
Mr. Thesaurus.
Query. To review the effectiveness of the recall, understand the root cause of the battery fires, and investigate additional reports of Pacifica battery fires, an estimated 16,741 vehicles could be affected, according to a NHTSA document made public this past Thursday. So, Martha, I think the car's on fire out in the front yard.
I smell something burning.
I smell something burning.
Are you cooking again?
It smells a little plasticky to me.
This program is available 24/7 on iHeartRadio. Just look for In Wheel Time Car Talk. We also video stream on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and on InWheelTime.com. 30-minute podcasts available from your favorite podcast provider. The In Wheel Time Car Talk show continues right after this quick break.
Rev your engines and set sail for the ultimate surf and turf. The Houston Automotive Show, January 24th through the 28th at NRG Center. One ticket gets you into both the auto show and the boat show. See your favorite car and boat brands under one roof. Learn about the latest electric vehicles and test drive one with Evolve Houston. Board your dream boat and check out the bass fishing demos. It's the Houston Automotive Show, January 24th through the 28th. Buy early and save at automotiveshow.com.
You own a car you love. Well, why not let Gulf Coast Auto Shield protect it? Houstonian John Gray invites you to his state-of-the-art facility to introduce you to his specialist team of auto enthusiasts. We promise you'll be impressed. Whether you're looking to massage your original paint to a like-new appearance, apply a ceramic coating, install a paint protection film, nano-ceramic window tint, or new windshield protection called ExoShield, Gulf Coast Auto Shield is where Houston's car people go. Curbed your wheels? Instead of buying new, why not have them repaired? How about a professionally installed radar detector? Gulf Coast Auto Shield does that too. Get a peek inside the shop and look at the services offered by getting online and heading to gcautoshield.com. Better yet, stop by their facility at 11275 South Sam Houston Tollway, just south of the Southwest Freeway, and get a personal tour. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is your place to go for all things exterior. Call them today, 832-930-5655 or gcautoshield.com. The original group of Loopy Tortilla restaurants will have you telling your family and friends just what the original recipes mean when it comes to the best fajitas in Southeast Texas. Founder Stan Holt invites you to visit the original Loopy Tortilla near I-10 and Highway 6. Here's the original house that inspired the design of all the rest and the original charm that helped make Loopy Tortilla the go-to destination for Houston Tex-Mex. Speaking of original, nothing can compete with the original lime pepper marinade that everyone will agree makes Loopy Tortilla award-winning beef fajitas the best anywhere. Loopy Tortilla Katy is another location that gives you the same quality and service Houstonians have come to expect at Loopy's. It's located just off I-10 and the Grand Parkway at Kingsland Boulevard in Katy. Find yourself in Aggieland? Head to the Loopy Tortilla in College Station, located just around the corner from Kyle Field. It's a great place to enjoy those famous frozen margaritas before or after the game. Headed east to Louisiana? Stop in at the Loopy Tortilla in Beaumont. It too's on I-10. You can't miss it. The original group of Loopy Tortilla restaurants invites you in for the best Tex-Mex anywhere. That's it for this podcast episode of the In Wheel Time Car Show. I'm Don Armstrong, inviting you to join us for our live show every Saturday morning, 8 to 11 a.m. Central on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and our InWheelTime.com website. Podcasts are available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, iHeart Podcast, Podcast Addict, TuneIn, Pandora, and Amazon Music. Keep listening, and we'll see you soon.